climbing for almost 30 years. And every time you go out, there's still that sense of fear. When I was about 20 years old, I moved in my car. Started living on the road for over 7 years. I was traveling nonstop, following the seasons for climbing and skiing. It was during that time I also picked up a camera and started to document some extraordinary people, athletes that were doing things that no one's ever been able to do before. Eventually, the footage from a series of expeditions became the film Meru. I was a total self-taught photographer, and it was the same with filmmaking. I never imagined it would go as far as it did. Meru won the Audience Award at Sundance. Free Solo won Best Documentary at the Academy Awards. With the success of the photography career and the filmmaking career, it's gotten much harder to be able to spend the amount of time I want outside. At the core, I'm still just a climber. It's always about getting back outside, make sure I'm in the mountains, and make sure I'm out in the elements again. Being able to actually interact with landscapes. I love going to places and seeing beautiful places, but for me, it's much more interesting to get into it. I'd always found that, the harder a place was to get, the more I enjoyed going there. Because there's a process to it. Some of the most interesting challenges come just trying to get there.
Introducing the all-new Bronco 2-door, built to take on the toughest trails. The Bronco 4-door, built to give you the most open-air experience. And the Bronco Sport, built to reconnect with the outdoors. The all-new Bronco family. Reserve yours now at Ford.com.
The most difficult part of being a musician, you have to be all in. You have to live it and breathe it. It's dominated so much of my life that I've neglected so many other pieces of my life. I'm trying to find that balance. What's always attracted me to the wild is the thrill that I seek on the one end and serenity on the other end. With my life being so fast-paced now, and I'm constantly in concrete, and the city, and the sounds. Daddy planted roots in Dixon County. When I'm out here, Mama's mama never left that front porch. I'm truly able to dig down deep. Climb the Apple Tower in Paris, Texas. And learn who I am. Rock City in Tennessee. To figure out where I want to go. Rolling down that road, you and me just chasing that red, white, and blue Gene American dream. A window into what I want my future to look like. And nature always provides that for me.
Introducing the all-new Bronco 4-door, built to give you the most open-air experience. The Bronco 2-door, built to take on the toughest trails. And the Bronco Sport, built to reconnect with the outdoors. The all-new Bronco family. Reserve yours now at Ford.com.
Some, if not all, of my earliest memories revolve around climbing and my family and just being in the outdoors. For my parents, climbing was one of the most important things in their lives, and they brought us into it and showed us their love for it. My mom is definitely one of my biggest role models. My brother is one of my favorite climbing partners. He always pushes me to climb harder, and he's definitely inspired me and helped me a lot in my career.
Growing up, Brooke was always breaking records.
Rabitu trying to improve on her time.
And was a youth world champion multiple times.
Brooke Rabitu with the win.
The past year has definitely been crazy. I'm really excited to represent the U.S. on the big stage. So I'm really happy to get back to the outdoors where my love started for the sport. I definitely sometimes just have that need to be on an adventure. One thing that I just love about being in nature is that I feel like I'm always my happiest self. Being in the outdoors is just like a deep breath to recenter my focus. So much has changed in my life, but the fundamentals have stayed the same. I love climbing and I have a lot of support from my friends and family. There's a lot that comes with a goal. One of my favorite parts is working to get there. Having a challenge in front of me has always pushed me to try harder and be better, and that's just something that I learned from my parents. One of my favorite pieces of advice that I've ever received was from my dad. It's just you and the wall. Focus on the climb in front of you and yourself. That's what he always told me. I'm really excited to continue this journey and see what's next. We have the world at our hands, and there's so many places we can go.
Introducing the all-new Bronco Sport, built to reconnect with the outdoors. The Bronco 2-door, built to take on the toughest trails. And the Bronco 4-door, built to give you the most open-air experience. The all-new Bronco family. Reserve yours now at Ford.com.